Should we meet separately with the teachers of youth and of children, I guess, as compared to meeting as a whole?
Well, I think that definitely should be determined locally. All the wards will be able to figure out what they need to do in the branches. But there is some benefit of meeting together with, say, the young men and the young women leaders. But there's also another benefit of meeting with everyone. In fact, just 2 days ago, a young married sister who had been in a Relief Society for the past few years, I was speaking with her, and she went to her first teacher council meeting last week. And she said that she'd just been called to be a young youth Sunday school teacher, but all of the students are boys in her class. And she was wondering, how in the world am I going to be effective in teaching them? And so that teacher council meeting becomes a wonderful opportunity with those that have already served in those callings to help her.
You raised an interesting point earlier on about children in primary. Do you want to try and clarify that?
Yeah, as we were discussing about, sharing stories from the scriptures and using materials, I was thinking, as a primary teacher teaching 3- and 4-year-old children, I'm constantly thinking of ways to try and have them be actively involved.
I'm not saying that you should always have the children draw in every lesson, but in the lessons that you do have, rather than guess, because sometimes their drawing is as primitive as their reading at 3 and 4, rather than guess what they're drawing, ask them to share it with you and go from that, because they will draw relevant pictures, it's just that you might not recognise.
Children like to dress up, they like to imagine.
You mean like a role play?
Like a role play, yes. They love that, they love to do that, and it's teaching that story.
Using their imagination, really what you're both describing, and taking that, connected with the scripture stories and the lesson that you're trying to teach. That's a good point.
I don't know if we'll maybe go off topic or something, but just something different that I struggle with in my class in the youth Sunday school is participation. When I give a question, I don't get much discussion. There's not really much that I'm receiving from the youth.
Let a question sit for a couple of minutes. You're fine with it, you know the answers, you're letting them know, well, I want to hear from you.
And we don't need to pry into their lives, but we need to know them and love them.
I think it's really helpful if we all work together in that way, and that's what has been happening.
And I think that's something that's coming to my mind just now, is that, we've got everybody as a resource really in the ward.
The teacher council has been established so that teachers can get together and discuss the shared membership that they teach, because it's either the same people in different classes that they're teaching, or it's the children of people, or whatever it happens to be. And here in a small unit, we're all quite together on that.